Hello, everyone. It's that time of year again. We are at the Transportation Research Board annual meeting in the beautiful, sunny, and a little bit snowy Washington, D.C. this week. As we've done in the past, I wanted to sit down with a few of my colleagues and share some of the insights that we've gained over the last few days while we've been here. My name is Karen Giese, and I'm Vice President for Transoft Solutions for Business Development. And I have with me three of my colleagues, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So we'll begin with Daniel.
Yeah, I'm Daniel Shihundu. I'm the CEO of Transoft Solutions.
My name is Ben van Leest. I'm Executive Vice President, Business Units.
Hello, Simon Washington, Vice President of Transportation Safety and Operations.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for being here with me. So every year at TRB is busy and eventful. We meet up with friends, we make new friends, make new connections. We also catch up on the happenings in our industry. As a company, we also have a booth here at TRB again this year, and we sponsor TRB as a silver patron. I know that for me personally, probably for all of you and many others, that I get a lot out of coming here and reconnecting with people, getting involved in committees, both as a contributor and to learn from. But as a company, there's also a lot of benefits and a lot of value that we gain from TRB. So Daniel, maybe you can share with some of the folks who may be thinking about getting their companies involved or increasing their involvement as a company, what TRB means for Transoft and why this investment is so important for us.
Yes, so for Transoft, TRB is a very important event which we have been attending for over the last 20 years. And as you know, Transoft Solutions produces software for transportation professionals. And therefore, for us as a company, there's 4 areas that are of huge benefit. One is about the people. The second one is about products. The third one is about our customers. Fourth one is about knowledge. Now, when I talk about our people that come into to the conference at TRB have the ability to attend sessions, to mingle with their colleagues and understand what's happening in the trends. On products, most of our products, in fact, many of our main products, have been produced with input from our customers. And therefore, this is also an opportunity to meet our customers so that they can give us feedback and tell us the things that they'd like to see in our products. The third one, as I mentioned, is about customers. We are a customer-centric company which loves to engage our customers, to hear from them, to hear their pains and understand what their needs are. And therefore, TRB has always provided that opportunity for us. The last one is about knowledge. I have benefited from coming to TRB the last 15 years, and it has been a huge benefit to me understanding the trends that are coming up and also just to connect with my colleagues. The other thing that we do at Transoft, which I would encourage other companies to do, is that our colleagues sit on various committees that set guidelines and policies that drive the transportation sector.
Great, thank you so much. This year, too, as busy and as eventful as it is every year, this year was a little bit special for Transoft because we welcomed several new team members to our group here, and this was really our first event this year together as that expanded team. So Ben, perhaps you can introduce our newest addition, explain a little bit about who they are and how important this is for Transoft.
Certainly, Karen. The latest addition by acquisition is a company called AMAG. And it's a fantastic team, very talented team, based in Brisbane, led by Simon Washington. Simon is a very well-known profile in the industry, and we're very excited to have them on board.
Great. Thank you so much. And Simon, first of all, welcome to the Transoft team. We know that you've been involved in TRB over the years, and this week you even had a presentation here. So how has this week been for you? First, just to come back to TRB again, personally, but also how has it been to be part of the Transoft team here at TRB?
Yeah, thanks, Karen. Well, I'm delighted to be back in TRB. I was just reflecting, I've been to TRB for about 3 decades now, and not every year, but most years I've been coming back, and I've come back, sort of been here in 3 capacities. I've come back or to TRB as an academic, And in the academic role, for most that understand academic life, they're sort of fairly siloed, sort of self-promoting kind of job description. And so you come to TRB, and you have your colleagues at your university and other universities, and there's sort of camaraderie there, but there's not much of a team feeling coming as an academic. And I've come here as an AMAG representative, and AMAG, we're a fairly small group of folks, and I think probably our peak year we had 3 staff from AMAG attending as a small company. And now I attend as a member of the Transoft team. And I have to say what really strikes me coming in that capacity is that I really feel like a team. And we have, I think, somewhere around 10 folks here from Transoft. And we're really well coordinated. We're really engaged with our customers, reaching out to partners and customers. And it's probably the greatest team feeling I've had coming to TRB than I've ever had before. So it's really, really exciting.
Great. Well, we're happy you're here as well. So again, we're very excited about this. Ben, so you oversee operations for all of our business units: civil and transportation, aviation, transportation safety and operations. And you and I have worked together, and with others, obviously within Transoft over the last couple of years, to really focus on the safety arena and really build up our business unit in that space. How does bringing Simon and his group on board now impact our future around safety and operations?
There's always an impact, of course. There is, first of all, the integration itself, right? Independent of the focus area of safety and operations. Every acquisition takes a lot of attention of us as Transoft. And in this case, AMAG was a competitor, right? So, and bringing them in means that we learn a lot from each other, right? And we see that we have talents on both sides, and we have the opportunity by combining the teams of really bringing something to the market that exceeds what we would be able to do as individual companies. So I think that's a very exciting prospect. I've been myself in the same situation as Simon. I came in Transoft 11 years ago in an acquisition, kind of similar trajectory, working on merging two competitive products into really a best of both worlds solution. And that is what we are going to do now as well. And we believe in traffic safety and operations. I think the AMAG team has been also very active on the operations side. And we really look forward to partnering and looking for clients there in that area, because we think we have a unique solution there that can really make a difference in the industry.
Great. Thank you. So Daniel, being here at TRB, participating in the committees and the sessions, meeting folks at our booth, meeting folks at other events, we see a lot of focus on technology, of course, and really focused recently on artificial intelligence. That trend's been on a huge upward trajectory, as we all know, over the last few years, and especially in the last year or so, we see that even more accelerated. So we see all of this confirmed here this week with the different research, the new ideas, the innovations that have been presented here. How does this trend align with Transoft's vision for the future of our industry?
So Transoft, as I said, has been around for 34 years. And during these 34 years, our vision has been to empower transportation professionals to design and to construct, to maintain and to operate their systems safely and efficiently. And during this time, our products have been, we've been incorporating expert systems within the softwares. And the whole idea about that is we produce software that gives you feedback. As you do your design, you get your feedback coming through, and that allows you to come up with a better design, a more efficient design. And therefore, for us, artificial intelligence is just is a new word, but for us, we've been incorporating it in different ways from 30 years ago.
Great. Thank you so much. Simon, I know that you and Michael Griffith both presented here this week in different sessions, and those sessions were, again, had elements of artificial intelligence and how it relates to transportation. What were some of the key ideas or some of the feedback that you received in those presentation sessions?
Yeah, it's a great time to in transportation because of what Daniel mentioned, is that there's a real focus on sort of answering the question, how should we and when should we embed AI kinds of techniques into products, into solutions, and it's really interesting, the feedback from customers and some of the people, researchers working in this space, is that there's still a fairly big gap between what's available in the market and what's sort of on the leading edge in the research space. And there's also a fairly significant gap in knowledge of our customers of what appears to many as sort of a black box solution to solving problems. And so I think Transoft is going to play and can play and will play a pretty significant role in that education piece and that hand-holding piece for the industry to not only try to make these processes more transparent, but also make them accessible for customers, so that it's less of a black box and a little bit more of a known quantity. But how do we get these solutions so we can trust them, so we can implement them, we have confidence in these kinds of solutions? And that's really a fairly big goal of ours in 2025.
Great. Thank you. That's great feedback. I think it's obvious that we are in the midst of this technology revolution. One of the great things about coming to TRB each year is to really get an understanding of not just where we are at right now as an industry, but where are we headed? You know, what are the new research topics that are going to lay the foundation and the groundwork for these new ideas and innovations and developments to happen in transportation? So with all of that said and the information that we have here, I do have one final question for each of you. For the folks who could not join us here in person this year, but are perhaps thinking about attending next year or even just getting more involved in TRB, what advice would you give them? And I'll start actually with Daniel.
Yeah, so coming to TRB has tremendous value. As a company, as I mentioned, it allows a company to empower its people to understand the trends and the innovations that are coming up. It also allows us to engage our customers directly. And for Transoft, who have over 50,000 users globally in 150 countries, and TRB itself being an international event, you get to meet people, you get to meet customers, and even other stakeholders. We meet professors from different universities because we have partnerships with universities where we give out free software. And it's been a joy just to see students walk to our booth and say, you know, by the way, I've heard about Transoft before, all right? So for us, it's not just about innovation, but it's also about giving back to society. Our corporate social responsibility for us at Transoft is a big deal. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ben, maybe some advice from your perspective for somebody who's trying to get involved with TRB.
Yeah, my advice would be to be well prepared. This TRB annual meeting is a huge event. This year, I think around 14,000 attendees. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of sessions, committee meetings, all of that. So there is so much to choose from. And we are lucky that as Transoft, we are here with a relatively big team. So we can distribute ourselves over a number of parallel sessions. But I think if you come here, I would advise to really browse through the program, make your choices, make your priorities, And don't forget to network, because like Daniel mentioned, there is such a huge crowd here and many very smart people, right, from the research at universities, from the commercial, from the industry. Uh, that networking is also very important, because all of these discussions are so inspirational. I think it starts to trigger your thoughts on, how can we apply that in our company? If you are a consultant, how can we improve ourselves with using AI? We as a software supplier, of course, look for new ideas. There are so many angles you can take, and it's really an inspirational event.
Great. Thank you. And Simon, some advice.
Yeah, so my first bit of advice is to bring boots to the conference. With a foot of snow this year, I saw a lot of people caught out with the wrong footwear, and to get to the sessions, you need to be able to get through a foot of snow. But more seriously, the gift of TRB is that when you come to this venue, there's no other conference globally where you will be able to meet a collection of experts from all across the globe on the subject that you're interested in or in a challenge you're trying to solve. And so when you come here, you get viewpoints and different ways of thinking how to solve specific problems that you won't find at the level of depth and breadth anywhere else in the world. And really that is an amazing opportunity, both in terms of experts, but as well as customers trying to solve some of these problems. And so I think when you come to TRB, it is probably the best networking opportunity of any conference anywhere. And so that's the best advice I could give, is come prepared to have lots of great discussions, in-depth discussions about the problems and challenges you're facing.
Great. Thank you all. That was great advice, and I will second all of that in terms of the networking and the connections and making sure you're meeting people. I want to thank Daniel and Ben and Simon all for being here with me today and sharing their thoughts from this week. This is invaluable information. And I want to thank everybody on behalf of Transoft Solutions for watching us and listening to us. If we missed you here this year in person, we look forward to seeing you next year at TRB or at another future event. Again, thank you.